Hello, everyone. Thank you for those that are finding this podcast here on my YouTube channel. So happy December of 2024. Tonight, I just wanted to share with you a ritual that I'm going to do. I'm going to do this thing. I've been thinking about it, and with the full moon, the last full moon of the year, I decided I wanted to do a ceremony. So, if you listen to this after the fact, this is good for a good 48 hours after. And I just want to go to my notes. So, let me read from my notes for you all tonight what I have. Alrighty. Okay, so what I want to talk about in tonight's um, full moon for December, I'm talking about there are three manifesting rituals during December that we can do for this full moon. While the December full moon energy is amazing for letting go, it's still a really good time for traditional manifestation practices too. So let's find out how. This upcoming full moon on December 15th, which is to it's so it's happening at 4:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm recording this a little bit early, but it's still very effective to be in the heat of, as they say, of the energy of this full moon coming in. So it's traditionally called the cold moon, and it's happening in the curious and chatty sign of Gemini. I'm a Gemini. That's my sun sign. As the last full moon of 2024, it's the perfect time to reflect on this past year, wrap up any unfinished business, and let go of anything that's holding you back. So, this lunar energy encourages you to release limiting beliefs and prepare for fresh opportunities ahead. The timing couldn't be any better. Just a few hours after the full moon peaks, Mercury retrograde ends. So, this will be adding even more momentum to your ideas and your plans. This makes it a great moment for reflection and release as you clear space for the new year that's coming in. So, while this full moon energy is amazing for letting go, it's still a great time for a traditional manifestation practice because Gemini rules communication. Try focusing on your thoughts and your words. So, let's talk about some of the rituals. So, a journal is a great way to do this tonight. So, I want to invite you. I do have my journal with me. That let me grab it. Okay, my journal's right here. So, what we're going to focus on, I'm going to let you grab your journal and your pen. And I just want to talk to you about journaling. What the focus is, excuse me, for this full moon. The December full moon is about communication, making it the perfect time to try a writing based manifestation practice. It's a meaningful way to use the energy is to write a letter to your future self. And here's how we can do it. On the night of the full moon, create a cozy and peaceful setting. This is where I'm at. Then start writing a letter to the version of you that exists a year from now. Okay? So, in your letter, talk about the things you're committing to during this full moon season. What thoughts or habits are you letting go of? And just think about what that feels like, how freeing yourself from these limitations is going to feel, and what you're making space for coming in for 2025. Share how you're building the foundation for this amazing opportunity for your future self on what it will achieve by this time next year. You can even congratulate yourself in advance in your letter as if your goals have already come true. Okay? So that's going to be the task. If you want to hit the pause button, go ahead and hit the pause button, and you can come back to the video and you can continue on with the video. I'm going to just continue on because I just want to get this recorded and get this out there for you all. All right. When you're done with your letter to your future self for next year, I want you to seal the letter in an envelope and put it somewhere safe. Plan on opening it during the next Gemini full moon, which is on December 4th in 2025. And until then, let the letter serve as a reminder of the promises that you've made for yourself, your goals, your intentions, the visualization you did for yourself, where you see yourself in your future. Use this as motivation to stay committed to your intentions all year long. Okay? All right. So Mercury retrograde is ending, and it's going to end on December, I think it's the 14th. It's ending around 3:56 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's just a few hours before the full moon peaks. So the full moon is going to peak at 4:01 on the 15th of December, and Mercury retrograde ended on Saturday, December 14th of 2024 at 3:56 p.m. Okay? So this is a powerful moment, especially since the full moon is in Gemini, one of Mercury's signs. So if you're still feeling the lingering effects of the retrograde, a post-retrograde clarity ritual is a great way to tap into your lunar energy. You can incorporate candle magic as a symbol of the retrograde's end, which wraps up the Sagittarius season, which is, a fire sign. So let's start this by performing a ritual this evening when the lunar energy is the strongest and Mercury retrograde has ended. Yay! All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to light this white candle here. Okay. So I lit the candle, and I did that to symbolize clarity and clearing for your path. I want you to focus on the flame, meditate, and reflect on everything that you learned or you worked through during the retrograde. So write down any thoughts or realizations that you want to remember or release. So on a fresh piece of paper in your notebook, I'm going to invite you to write down any of these thoughts. I'm going to ask you to let go of negativity or anything that is holding you back. Okay? So make sure that the space that you're in is quiet, where you won't be disturbed. And I want you to write down what you want to release. Is there an old habit, a fear, an emotional burden? Just go ahead and write that down. And when you're done writing all that down, you're also going to have a white candle lit with yourself. And as the candle's lit, I want you to read what you wrote out loud to yourself. I want you to acknowledge using this vibration, your voice. And I want you to acknowledge the things, and I want you to thank them. I want you to thank them for the lessons that they brought you, because through that, you've had growth. Believe it or not, you've had some growth. And then when you're done reading that to yourself, make sure that you have like a vessel that is fireproof, it could be like a pan from the kitchen. And I want you to burn the paper that you wrote all that stuff on in the pan and just release it back to the universe. So you can light it with the candle and then put it in the pan and just let it burn. If you're worried about smoke, you can open up a window. You could even step outside and you can do this part of the ritual outside and light it and then let it burn. Okay? And as the smoke leaves, imagine that those things are leaving your life. Okay. And then next, what I'm going to have you do is you're going to have a blue candle. I could only find this light blue candle. So um, I'm going to invite you to light the blue candle. And I have a Yule log. I bought this Yule log online from a company up in Maine. So it's a real birch log. And I'm going to be lighting my candles and doing my ritual and celebrating the season of Yule instead of Christmas, instead of Hanukkah, instead of Kwanzaa, instead of all the religious things. I want to go and bring things back to the rhythms of nature, the rhythms of the earth. I'm looking to heal, do my part, and heal the earth. And this is one way I can do it is by honoring the earth. So I'm stepping back into Yule. I'm stepping back into the whole sacredness of it being dark out right now and doing this inner work and doing this reflection on this past year so that as we enter into winter solstice, that the light is coming back. And then it's going to be a celebration of 8 days with my family of festivities and laughter and games and coming together and doing things and reflecting and remembering. And it just feels like a beautiful way going forward for me, and my family's on board with it, which really fills my heart up. So it's getting away from the commercialization of the season and the religious aspects of it, which are man-made rules. I just really want to get back into the rhythms of nature, and we are all connected energetically. You know, we breathe out carbon dioxide, and the trees breathe it in, and they give us oxygen, right? And the plants in our houses. So I'm learning to commune more in nature. And I've been working on that through my gardening. And now I'm going a step further by honoring the seasons and really trying to be in the season. So this year it's more about instead of worrying about buying something for my kids and different family members and girlfriends and stuff, I'm thinking of them in a way and I'm creating something for them. So it's going to be something that's from my heart. And I think that's really special. So I invite you to give that a try also. Okay, so now we lit the blue candle. Okay, this is going to represent the communication, the connection, the expressing of your ideas. These are key themes of both Gemini and Mercury. So as the candle was lit and you light your blue candle, I want you to imagine that the flame burning is burning away any false narratives or any limiting thoughts that you have. Like you have this dream for yourself that you just wrote in the letter, and I'm sure your ego is asking you to play small and being like, come on, that's kind of a stretch. Well, that's not really, oh, you're never going to achieve that. Or I don't know why you do that to yourself, right? I'm just asking you to cancel clear, get those thoughts out of there. And with the blue candle that's lit, I want you to imagine this flame burning away any of these false narratives or these limiting thoughts. And I want you to write down some affirmations that are going to align with your personal growth and the insights that you've gained for yourself. Because over the past year in these lessons, you've gained some insights. You might realize that, wow, I don't believe that anymore because I learned something different and that resonates as a belief for me now. So you can let the old belief go. Or you might realize that the relationship you had with somebody, it's just different. It doesn't make it wrong. It's just different, but you no longer have the same alignment. So it's time to just let it go and stop trying to reach out to it because it's done its purpose, right? People come into our lives for a reason and a season, and it's time to just let that go. So let's set some intentions for your future, okay? And here are a few steps that I can share with you. Sit with your journal and reflect on what you want to invite into your life. What are some of your goals? What are some relationships? And what is some of the personal growth that you'd like to see for yourself in 2025? So take a few moments and write those things down for yourself. And then write your intentions clearly and positively. For example, say, I will embrace opportunities for growth instead of I won't be afraid. See the difference? They carry a different vibration with them. So I'm just asking you to keep it positive. And then I want you to place this list under the moonlight tonight. It can be indoors in front of a window where the moonlight is shining in. And I want you to sit there and bask in that moonlight, close your eyes, and visualize your intentions becoming your reality. You don't have to know when, you just have to know it and you feel it. You're like, I know this as truth. I just I just know it. I don't know how, but I know it. And I need you to just revel in that experience of that knowing. And then you can end your rituals with a meditation. And I have some free meditations on this YouTube channel. You can go in and you can choose one that is fitting for you. And they're less than 10 minutes long. They're really easy, they're beginner meditations. And do the meditation to seal the work that you're doing. And then focus on gratitude for what you have and be excited about what you're calling in, right? Be in that vibration of excitement and wonderment. Like, how is this going to happen? And when it happens, you can be like, oh my gosh, I co created this because you did. So, the December full moon is your chance to end the year with clarity and purpose. This is always fun to do with friends. So if you want to get a couple friends together, make a pot of soup. I made a pot of soup tonight, but here I am doing this ritual in my home with my intention of sharing it with all of you as if you were seated here at my table in my home. So I hope you enjoyed this December 2024 ritual with the full moon. And if you feel called that you want to share, reach out, write something down in the comments, and just share with me what this ritual meant for you. All right, well, that's it for now, and I'll see you next year. Bye for now.